The Hungarian race weekend is finally here, and by the time this video is live and you are watching it, it will be less than 24 hours until the cars hit the track for free practice. So, let's talk about upgrades. Hungary is not a track which is famous for teams to introduce new parts, but the top 6 reportedly are bringing upgrades, which could make this weekend one which we should put a lot more focus on. Could someone close the gap to Red Bull? Or at least look like they have the ability to? Could a team make a jump like McLaren did 2 races ago? Can Ferrari and Mercedes prove why they are 2 big names in this sport? Today, we'll check out the biggest upgrades coming to Budapest and what they could mean for the teams. Let's start our video with Alpine. Alpine was a team which implemented the strategy of bringing upgrades to every race. So far, that has not worked for the team, which is reflected by how often they are able to make it to the big points scoring positions. This strategy does not work because upgrades need optimization, and it takes from 2 up to 3 races. Bringing upgrades every weekend will disrupt that process, which was proven by Aston Martin, McLaren and Ferrari, teams which has switched out from that strategy. Alpine are also planning to make that switch starting from the Hungarian Grand Prix. Alpine is planning to introduce significant updates to its car before the summer break as the team looks to close the gap to its rivals for podiums. The team has not delivered on its promise to regularly challenge for podiums, with 2 double DNFs in Australia and Silverstone, though Esteban Ocon did impress with 3rd at the Monaco Grand Prix. But since then the team has slipped down the order, with McLaren taking strides after a difficult start to the year, securing 2nd and 4th at the British Grand Prix to take 5th in the constructors' standings. Assessing the in-stone outfit's future plans, team principal Otmar Zafnar told media, "Our upgrades have worked this year and there's another significant one coming before the break. I hope too that it will work because the swing of relative competitiveness does that kind of stuff. There's an upgrade in Hungary but not that big, then there's the floor in Spa. So putting all that together I think we should go well." Generally, the Alpine chassis has not been that good on the slow and medium speed corners, while its high-speed cornering performance has been on par with the leaders. To improve performances surrounding those weaknesses, the team is said to be bringing updates to the floor edges and to the actual underfloor itself. That is to improve the consistency of downforce generation, to improve the car's rear on traction zones. Alpine are also said to be bringing upgrades surrounding the side pods, particularly around the waterslide and the side pods undercut. If you compare the waterslide the Alpine has with what Aston Martin and McLaren has to offer, the Alpine waterslide is not that aggressive. Therefore, the team is supposedly working on that area to improve the percentage of clean airflow flowing towards the Coke bottle area and towards the beam wing as well. The side pod undercut is a design part which has been focused a lot by teams since the Red Bull RB19 was introduced this season at Bahrain. The aggressive undercut seems to be a small influential factor in terms of directing airflow towards the rear diffuser and Coke bottle area, which seems to working in tandem with the underfloor and works in generating downforce and contributing to a better overall aerodynamic efficiency. Aston Martin has taken inspiration from the Red Bull design and are reportedly witnessing performance gains. This is why Alpine are reportedly working on the same area, trying to gain that crucial 10th or 2. Let's now talk about McLaren. With new parts, Lando Norris finished 4th in Austria on a track well suited to the McLaren, and the team also felt the high-speed corners and low temperatures of Silverstone played a key role in its stunning pace that saw Norris qualify and finish 2nd and Oscar Piastri end up 4th. Piastri was still lacking some of the updates at the last race, but team principal Andrea Stella says both drivers will have an equally developed car in Budapest. For Hungary, we have some further upgrades that will help more from the point of view of trying to improve the race pace, Stella said. This will be available to both drivers. We don't expect that the specification of the car will not be aligned between Oscar and Lando. McLaren at Silverstone stole the spotlight, being the 2nd fastest car behind Red Bull. The MCL60 excelled in medium and high-speed cornering, but lacked the performance in slow-speed corners. When compared with the Mercedes car around Silverstone, the McLaren lacked the straight-line speed as well. Hungary is a track filled with slow-speed corners combined with one long straight, and that is where McLaren are trying to make improvements on by making improvements to the car's suspension. The McLaren chassis previously has suffered with immense tire degradation, which is key for a good performance around Budapest. So with this reported suspension upgrade, McLaren is aiming to rectify that issue as well. The aerodynamic efficiency is not something McLaren is yet focusing on, as they want to first create a good mechanical setup before working on improving the overall aerodynamic efficiency. Next up the list is Ferrari. Ferrari has been bringing upgrades to almost every Grand Prix this season, and has been making continuous gains with those upgrades. The SF23 is the evolution of the F1-75, but the team did make a conceptual change, moving from the overcut design to a Red Bull-inspired undercut design. Ferrari is reported to be bringing upgrades to Hungary, but much about what the upgrade is going to be has not been revealed yet. Who knows, it can be a floor upgrade or an upgrade to suspension components. We just know that new parts are coming and the car is continuously getting better. The tire degradation issues has been improved since Canada, and the Italian team are finding gains within the actual concept itself. Aston Martin is bringing upgrades to Hungary as well. At Canada, the team brought its first major upgrade package with new bodywork and floor upgrades. The team revealed that the parts have added performance and are working as intended to. Now, to build up on that, the team is bringing another major upgrade package broken into 3 parts. The first is said to arrive at Hungary. The team will work on the rear of the car, around the floor edges, diffuser and the rear wing. The MR23 has been a very good car around slow speed corners, so Hungary is one of their strongest circuits, and we do expect them to be up fighting for podiums after being dropped down to 4th or 5th fastest in recent races. The upgrades won't make a big difference at Hungary, so the TAM might push it to Spa, or to gather more data, we'll introduce the package at Budapest. When talking about the prospects for the Hungarian Grand Prix, team boss Mike Crack went on to say, "We are realists. We have always been, we have never been dreamers. So we will look at the track, we will look at our car, how to set it up for that. If you look at the characteristic, it should play better into our car than other circuits that we have been to. Qualifying is key, especially in circuits where you struggle more to pass like the one that will come, although it is now a bit easier than it used to be." Next up is Mercedes. The Silver Arrows brought a new front wing to Silverstone, and according to James Allison, the new front wing has improved the slow speed performance of the car and has improved the balance of the W14. But there is still one main weakness with the Mercedes car, and that is the weak rear end. This can be a problem for Mercedes at Hungary, but it will be interesting to see how Mercedes will tackle this. With an 8-time Grand Prix winner under their ranks, Mercedes will be looking to have a good showing at Budapest. For Silver Arrows, it's all about optimization of their current package at Hungary, as they would want to continue their learnings to Spa, where the team has one more planned upgrade package to be introduced. Finally, let's talk about Red Bull. Red Bull is the team which is expected to be bringing a huge upgrade package to Hungary. Spoken out of the Red Bull camp itself, the Hungarian upgrade is said to be a stunning one. Most people expect the stunning word to transpire to the Mercedes sidepods design. If indeed Adrian Newey and his team of engineers pull that plug, it will be a slap on the face for Mercedes. Is it going to be the narrow sidepods? We are not sure. But it is going to be another revision to the sidepods design, one that will be the next step towards unlocking the new ceiling of performance. When talking about this upgrade, the reigning world champion went on to add, "We have a couple of upgrades this weekend. Hopefully they will do what we expect them to do so we can find extra performance for the upcoming races. Let's see where we stand on a track where you run high downforce with relatively low speed corners." The upgrade is rumored to be about 2 to 3 tenths of a second worth, and that could once again put a big wall between Max and the rest of the field. Maybe this upgrade will help Perez make it to Q2 again, who knows. But jokes apart, he has to perform or Daniel is coming for that seat. Now you know what upgrades teams are bringing to the Hungaro ring. What are your expectations for the race weekend? Who do you think will be making the biggest gains with their potential upgrade packages? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section down below. We'd love to discuss it with you. And on your way down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads, to keep yourselves up to date about the 2023 Formula 1 season.